We're here with Mick Hennessy at Frederick's Restaurant in Islington. First of all, Mick, today Tyson Fury's next opponent announced, Christian Hammer. What can we expect from Christian?
As you can see, the head-to-head there, he's a big, strong. You can see he's dangerous just by the look of him. He looks the part. He's solid. He's got great build, and he's here and he means business. So he's going to put it all on the line. You've got a great fight in front of us.
And it's a tough opponent. Is that the kind of what you wanted to do? Keep Tyson busy, but have him against like top quality opposition.
Yeah, well, you've got to keep Tyson focused, and if you don't take anyone seriously, he's not going to be focused. So, you know, part of this is, one, he was the highest ranked opponent we could get, and two, Tyson knows he's dangerous enough to, you know, that he needs to be focused and get the job done properly. The risk sometimes is that if he doesn't take someone seriously, you know, he doesn't have the motivation to get himself dead right. So it's a risky fight.
And in terms of everyone's going to be looking to the next step after this fight, Tyson said he's not going to look too much past Christian. But in terms of Klitschko and Wilder now, which one as a promoter would you like to see more?
Me personally, I would probably like to see Wladimir, because I think the majority of people, most people would believe that Tyson could take out Deontay Wilder, but I think it would be in the minority who would think he could beat Klitschko. Now I know he can beat both. I know he can beat Wladimir, and Vladimir's become a legend basically. So I've wanted that fight. You know, I've been eyeing that fight since he turned pro, because I knew he had the ability. You know, since he's been with Peter a long time now, and Peter's added a lot to his. You know, he's added the discipline, the conditioning, the technique, everything. Took it to another level. You know, now I'm 100% convinced that he could beat Wladimir and beat Wladimir in style. And you know, it would be nice to win that world title by beating a legend at the ring. It really would.
And in terms of Wladimir, we haven't seen him box outside Germany and Ukraine much. The next fight, April 25th against Jennings, looks like it's going to be in Madison Square Garden in New York. Does that give you hope as a promoter that you could potentially bring Klitschko over here to the UK and big stadium fight as well?
Most definitely. Look, you know, I've been speaking regular to Bernd Bunt, and he. You know, they're not averse to coming to the UK. They're fine with that. Wladimir is interested in fighting Tyson, and they're open to coming to the UK. So, you know, they obviously feel that this fight is big enough now. It's the biggest fight out there. So I'm very optimistic that fight could be made in the UK, because wherever it makes the most commercial sense, that's where Team Klitschko will go.
And in terms of that fight in New York on April 25th, will yourself and Tyson be going out there?
Which one, sorry?
Klitschko versus Jennings in Madison Square Garden on April 25th.
We'll just have to look at Tyson's schedule. I mean, look, if it's not clashing with anything or any of his training camps, then there is a possibility it'll be a good one to see. But obviously, we've got to work on Tyson's schedule and be a bit selfish there and make sure everything's done according to Tyson Fury's plan, not Wladimir Klitschko's.
And in terms of Deontay Wilder as well, great victory against Avern. Did you watch that, and what did you make of Deontay Wilder?
Look, it was one of them really. He boxed tall. He's a modern day heavyweight, and he used his advantages. But look, you know, it's no secret. I think Tyson Fury is very, very special. I think he's about to reach his destiny, and I think a lot of people have become believers en route. But I think once, you know, he does a job on fighters like Deontay Wilder and Wladimir Klitschko, then, you know, everyone will realise how good Tyson Fury is. It's, you know, Deontay Wilder, Bermain Stavane, you know, me personally, you know, they're not in his league. But you know, Wilder would be a great fight. I think it would be explosive while it lasted. But I think Tyson will outclass him and then knock him out.
And I saw yesterday your promotion ran a press release with some quotes from Tyson, and he said he's crossed paths with Deontay Wilder at one of your shows in the past. What did they say to each other? Are you aware of what was said between the pair of them?
It was brilliant, actually. It was unfortunate because the cameras had just come down, the show was ending, and Deontay was at a Kid Galahad fight in Sheffield, and he was at the back. He was actually at the back of the arena, like watching, and Tyson spotted him and said, "Mick, Deontay Wilder's here. Let's get him in the ring." So pulled him down, got him in the ring, got the pair of them, stood in the ring. Great to see the pair of them standing next to each other. They're similar size, two unbeaten fighters, but the banter that went on between them was fantastic. They're both highly marketable. Both can talk. Both can give as good as they get, and it was great. And you could see the pair of them. They was looking at each other, thinking, "This fight's got to happen," And that's why I think that's where that's come from. That's why I think Deontay, he knows Tyson Fury is the biggest fight out there for him, and he obviously fancies the job. I know Tyson does strongly. So, but can you imagine that would be an absolute promoter's dream to have them two? Their marketing around them two would be sensational because they're both great talkers.
I think
talkers as well.
I think for us as well, in the press conferences and the build up to that fight will be tremendous to go to all those press conferences with those two at the top table.
Yeah, when you get a fight like that, where public opinion will be 50-50 around that fight, and it's always a great formula when it's USA, UK, UK and Ireland. So it's could be brilliant.
And Tyson, in the press conference, he said the route he would like to have Klitschko first, win the belts that Klitschko has, and then unify the division against Wilder. Do you think we could see by the end of 2015 Tyson unified heavyweight champion of the world?
I think that's a very, very strong possibility. If we can get both of them fights within 2015, it would be fantastic. That's what the goal is, and we're going to push hard to do it. But can you imagine them two fights becoming unified champion? He'd be a legend, an absolute legend. I mean, and that's what he wants. He wants to reach his destiny, and that's what I've wanted from him from day one, from the time he turned pro. I've always thought he had serious potential, serious ability. He just needed to, back it up with everything else that you need to in boxing, and he's now done that with Peter.
Well, thank you so much as always, Mick, and speak to you soon.
Cheers.